Hey, it's Bernard Nomberg with the Nomberg Law Firm in Birmingham, Alabama. And I want to talk about one of the most important, maybe the most important form that you'd fill out when applying for Social Security disability benefits. The claimant there's a form that the administration requires to be filled out, and it is called the Adult Function Report, or the Function Report. It's form SSA 3373. This might be the most important form to fill out because it's multi-pages and it's going to take a while to fill it out, but it's extremely important that you fill it out completely and not to be full of pride, not to be full of anything other than some humility, because the more you can put in here that helps to explain what you're going through, the easier it is for the decision maker on the DDS level, the determination level, as opposed to if you have an unfavorable ruling and have to appeal it. But at this level, stage 1 level, this will really help you out. Now on the first page, it's a lot of contact information, but when you get to section B and it's question 5, the question is, how do your illness, injuries, or conditions limit your ability to work? And you really need to think about this. You really need to figure out 5 or 6 things that really help to show, and I'll give you a quick example. A person who has fibromyalgia, and let's say that they were a truck driver, you need to explain how the pain and how often it comes and those types of things prevent you from sitting behind the wheel driving a truck. You can't deal with the loads. You can't deal with being in that type of a seat for that long and driving. Then when you go to 6, and this really is talking about your daily activities. Describe what you do from the time you wake up until going to bed. Well, don't just put 1 or 2 words or sentences on there. You need to be pretty descriptive. You really need to explain how little sleep you get at night, how often you have to take your medicine, how that medicine affects your abilities to do chores around the house, those types of things. And don't skip any of these questions, because if you describe, yes, I take care of my pet, for example, but it also asks you, does anyone else help you with this? So you need to be able to be as informative as you can. And when you go through here, it's going to ask you about personal care and if you need help doing those things. And I'm just going through these pages pretty quickly, but I'm trying to stress the point that you need to be as descriptive as you can. This document may take you an hour or 2 to go through, but it's probably going to be the guiding document from your standpoint up through this process. Your medical records will say what they say, but this may be your one and only chance, an opportunity to explain at this level about what you go through and how difficult it is for you. A lot of times, this document, that if you lose and then appeal to the next level, this document will then be used or referenced. Now, one of the things that you need to keep in mind when you're filling out this document, you need to keep in mind that the questions, as you're answering them, you need to answer it as if you're going through a very bad day from a mental or physical, depending on what your illnesses are, not from your very best of days. And that's why I'm saying you need to use humility. You need to be able to explain pretty wide open about how difficult it is for you to do X and Y and Z things each day. Don't answer it from a standpoint, well, on my best day, I can do all of these things except for X and Y. You need to talk about the inverse. What is it on the worst of days for you? Because that really helps to paint the proper picture about what you can and cannot do. If you have questions about when filling this out, because this really is several pages, it's probably close to 8 pages. In particular, like at the very end, there's a remarks section where you really can further explain things that up above that you didn't have the space or didn't properly fill it out. But I would also put in the remarks section a big indication somehow, maybe in all caps. The above answers are when I'm having the worst of days, or my illness or conditions affect me the most. We can help you fill this paperwork out. We can help guide you and answer these kind of questions with you. If you want to get in touch with us, we're at 205-930-6900. Nomberglaw.com is our website. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, please tell us why. We'd love it if you'd subscribe to our channels. We put videos up all the time. We're also going to be found on Facebook and Twitter.